I don't think they'll try to hide this information.
Okay.
Yeah. So so I was reading this information, right? And like I said, I was trying to explain, like, reading stuff really don't get to me. Like, I can read it because I feel myself like I've been through so much shit. Like, I'm trying to tell. But when I was reading that shit, and I'll tell you, I was so fucking disgusted, bro. I literally had to get up and walk away from the computer screen and remind myself I'm just doing an assignment.
Wow.
It fucked me up that bad. I was so shocked. Nothing that's ever made me feel that bad. Like, it was that sick what it was doing with little boys back then. Like, I felt disgusted.
And you know what?
If we were just doing, but it was what they did. But I had literally had to stop and like go like, oh man, this is disgusting.
But see, you felt it because you know your ancestors lived through that. Like that's one thing.
Them people was white, bro. They weren't black.
No, what I mean, like our ancestors seen that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, like your all your atoms, like you got history in your body. So when that's like when you see something and you're like, man, this look familiar. Or
but
this,
you can't put your finger on it. So why do I
right.
know this? And what do I feel like I?
Right. It's and like that's why I say when you elevate spiritually, you're gonna realize everything you're learning, you really already know. Spiritually, you really already know. Your eye, like how you saying your third eye,
mm-hmm.
and how Dr. Umar went
was
there.
Open his third eye, yeah.
You man, our bodies are like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and our spirits are hundreds of years old. You know what I'm saying? So just
melanated bodies, not non-melanated bodies.
Right.
They're
right.
void of that. A lot of that
exactly.
Shit.
So once you tap into that, it's like information is just like already there. You know what I'm saying? It's like
one good example, and I know this does happen in black families sometimes, but we not big for it. And I know in the last couple years we've been crashing out like fucking up. We as children just know, in the native spirit, just children, majority of us, we know you don't kill your mama. Something just tell you that's just wrong.
Definitely.
Like as a native feeling, nobody has to tell us that.
Exactly.
You just know that's your mama. You don't do that to your mama, but you don't know where it came from, how it felt. Like you don't know how you do it. You just know that's just bad.
Right.
You know that.
And it doesn't mean that your mom won't do that. My mom wanted to kill me when I was a baby. So, and
we think that because we got our ass whooped growing up.
My uncle stopped her, like literally.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Did she suffer some mental issues?
Matter of fact, everything she went through was a Freemason curse, and I just barely learned this year. She used to pop pills, she overdosed, and I couldn't even talk. I was like 1-2 years old. Man, I called the police.
At 2?
At 2.
Okay, that's freaky as fuck. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
A 2-year-old?
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay,
when
wow.
I think about that, I'm like, how
the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
Well, what I just told, open up that spiritual, that third eye, that connection, like you said, here's to that blood, someone protect you. I made a joke. Even though I made a joke. Black Jesus is protecting me.
No, it's actually Ethiopian Jesus. The
He's
Orthodox.
black, but
that's if you want to refer to Jesus,
I thought it was.
That's the Jesus that you really
Ethiopia,
speaking of.
and also the Garden of Eden is in Congo.
Oh yeah, that's right. It sure is.
Yes,
yeah.
I told you, bro. I'm down for this shit.
And that's why there's so much war going in Congo, man.
And that's why a lot of the people in America flag you if you go visit Congo. They don't want you to go visit.
And you know what, man? I always want to go there.
And what's weird to me is that we're not allowed to go to Antarctica.
Oh yeah, that's some like military base. That's why they don't want anybody going there.
It's a military base right up here, right behind me. And you see it. I can't go there obviously clear, but I'm allowed to walk in front and they won't stop.
All they're doing is
matter of fact, it's the Navy right here.
They're doing mind control. That's all the military does, man.
Wow, that's freaky as fuck.
And
it's I'm telling you, it's walking distance from. It's right there behind you. See
the way they do mind control is through frequencies. So if you ever, let's say,
you ever heard of the freestyle rapper Daylight from California? You ever seen the Vlad TV and the dude that play all these different characters and he do kind of wild shit?
They like Jay-Z or something, or like
he do these different characters and he play like this white dude. He came as a white dude one time on Vlad TV. Anyway, when you said the frequency shit, he made a comment. He feel like when he go to company, he feel like the palm trees is pumping negative energy in there because he said every time he drive through, he just feel angry and mad, and then when he drive out of Compton, that feeling goes away.
Hey, something going on there.
He said he feel like the palm tree was something just pumping negative frequency.
Hey, something going on in Cali. He ain't lying though, but I'm telling you, they use frequencies. And if you like YouTube,
and music,
Doctor,
don't forget music.
Oh well, yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
we
don't want to admit it because we like
that's
music.
That's what I've been struggling with. I ain't gonna lie about it. When I put on rap, or hip hop, because I do music. I got my like own record.
Not only
label.
that, bro, we black and we make the best music too.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna judge you for that.
yeah, but like
we make the best
but
music.
it's like is altering your mood. And it's like, damn.
So remember when I said earlier you're supposed to be deconstructing movies and TVs, and I still go to the movies to watch the movies?
Yup.
You didn't hear me when I said I kind of feel bad because I know I'm not supposed to be enjoying this.
Yup.
I'm supposed to be watching this for like a information value, because they use movies to use subtle mind control too.
Exactly.
For subconscious, to get into your subconscious. I know that going to the movies. So I kind of feel bad about it, but because I like movies, but then I also know, like, and it's kind of, and once, that's just why I think a lot of people like to stay willfully ignorant, because once you open up your mind and get knowledge, you'll never be able to close your mind again.
Oh,
Everything
definitely.
that come across your mind, you're going to examine it like that. It's going to kick like that. And it's like, damn, people don't see the world, you see it. And like, that's why a lot of people don't like, that's why they say they prefer to be blindfolded or willfully ignorant. They don't want to know everything.
Nah, man, I'd rather know.
Yeah, I got to know.
Like Afro beats, I'd rather listen to Afro beats than anything else. But like, let's say, like when
We from the South, you know, our music is beautiful. Our R&B music and rap R&B, you know, our shit is good.
it's just like,
And I feel like we the most imitated black Southern Americans. I feel like me and your culture is the most imitated in the world. Black Southern culture.
definitely
On the planet. And nobody can convince me otherwise.
But it's like, all right, why should I keep making that music so others could just take it? You know what I'm saying?
You think they gatekeeping Afro beats though?
Nah, not Afro beats.
No, I'm just saying. But you think they do that? The African niggas don't. I mean, there's a couple.
I mean, they got from like R&B or like hip hop.
Of course.
Was it Philly?
You can hear it in the music.
Yeah.
But that's why they burn up board even talking shit, but they dress like a rapper in 2005. Like they but again, we talked about it earlier, how they have that psychological white supremacist mindset. Also, a lot of black people don't like getting told the truth. They get offended and shit and want to fight you and cut you out when you say certain shit.
I love when people tell me the truth, because I tell myself the truth. So why would I lie to you if I think
how many niggas you know just straight up hood that live in Baton Rouge, or one from Sarasota or certain parts of Georgia in the hood or Texas is open-minded and conscious like that, who ain't just trying to survive?
Well, we'll see that's the issue. That's when it comes down to self-actualization. Because like, if you see your brother as yourself, why would you want to lie to him? It's like you lying to yourself.
Because they feel like our community is generational cursed. This is what I hear about us. We cursed. We niggas ain't shit. There's no hope for us. Our society, our generation is cooked. It's like no hope for us.
Well, it's a mindset.
But, and also, and what they don't realize, that mindset, you also speak in self-hate.
Yeah.
You hate yourself.
What is it? A man, so is he. As he speaks, so is he, right? Or think, so is he, right?
Yeah, that's why people tell people, be careful how you think and be careful what you wish for, because you will get it.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Like,
I
didn't know that, but I'm like, that's a real thing.
But for the movies, like a trick that I usually use, if I know I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna look at, because even a professor told me this back in high school, that they program us. So
they do.
So if you watch a movie,
they really do.
Grab what you know is useful that you could use and apply in your real life.
Oh, discernment.
Yeah.
Good judgment.
Yeah,
don't let it. Yeah. So you can still do that.
Yeah.
That's why I gave you that little information on Shereza Ali and Dr. Phil Bell. Let them know, hey, they Freemasons too.
Hey.
But they got good information.
Yeah, I've been listening.
Yeah.
I've been listening.
I will listen to them too. And even if they say Dr. Umar is one of those Freemasons, I still know what they're talking about, because the shit he says makes a lot of sense. He gets dragged a lot by our people in our community. I hate that.
I just don't.
They talk so much shit about him.
I don't see why he's like married to a white woman though. Or
wait, Dr. Umar not married?
Or has like a white. They say that's like a white.
No, that's Dr. Umar. You talking about Tariq Nasai? He has a mixed wife.
And was it Phil Scott?
He has a Mexican wife.
You know Phil Scott?
Yes.
African diaspora.
Oh, that's what he called it now? I used to watch him back when he used to do Hot Ghetto Mess of the Ratchet of the Week.
Oh, I see that.
He did a rebrand, so now he's conscious now.
Oh.
But I side on him because I remember how he first started. That dude used to dog us the fuck out, and I'm gonna be cute. But this was worse. But this the Ratchet Ghetto Mess. I was looking for it, but he deleted all that shit and became back this conscious brother that speak for the community. That's how he first got started. Cause my homeboy told me about it. I said, you know who Phil Scott is? I said, that name sound familiar.
What?
I said, why did that name sound familiar? And then I started hearing this voice talking. I said, that voice sound familiar. I still didn't put two and two together yet. Then when I seen the face, I'm like, oh, this nigga? I said, this the hot get on. He said, what the hell are you talking about?
That what it
I
called?
said, he said he used to do segments back a few years ago called Hot Ghetto Ratchet Mess of the Week.
What?
That's how I got introduced to him. I said, he done did a rebrand now?
That sounds like something his wife would tell him.
No, he did it his own. But
he did it on his
but here's the conflict with black people. The shit he was showing, niggas really was doing that though. It wasn't like he was lying and making it up.
True.
But I felt like certain shit, nigga, you don't need to promote everybody. That's some in-house shit you need to talk within ourselves.
I just think
That inner shit goes across the billions across the planet.
as being conscious, and if you really
And
want,
also, I think maybe people can change too as they become more conscious and realize
if you
that.
really want to uplift your people,
Yeah. But I still side on him because
solutions. How you giving me solutions as a whole? That's how it should be.
But I still side on him because of that, and also he's married to a fat white Mexican. And he's a stepdad to kids that ain't even his. So he gets side-eye for me.
It can't do that. Can't do
Exactly.
that.
So he's speaking some good shit about our community and the political stuff, and I'm glad he come. But nigga, you still get the side-eye for that.
And he ain't got no children with her.
He got 2 stepkids with her.
But he don't have his children.
As far as I know, he don't have the kids with her.
Yeah.
A fat white Mexican, like, bro, you can do better than that. But he from Texas. He from Texas.
Hey, them Texans, Mexicans, they something.
Yeah,
once you eat them enchiladas, that's it.
Yeah, but this bitch ain't fine or sexy, bro. Or what we consider attractive. So that's what's even bad. He couldn't even put, and that's my thing. I know, I hate coon niggas. I know we ain't supposed to hate our brothers and sisters, but I hate coon niggas. I met a couple of them, and what that pissed me off? I played football at UCF. I'm still a student now, but this is when I played football.
Yeah.
What made me mad is that because I was joining the football team, niggas automatically thought I'm just supposed to like white girls and non-black girls because they didn't. Because they hated black girls. Because that's what a lot of niggas on the football team in UCF like.
White girls?
What? Nigga, what?
What? White girls?
At UCF? The school I go to? I got class tomorrow Saturday. I had class today, obviously, and I had to do a presentation.
So, like, what's the issue with us not
Well,
black,
UCF
black
doesn't
women?
have a big black population already.
Oh.
So our numbers are small already.
Well, that makes sense.
And it gets worse. So now that's black. But there's also a big Caribbean population out there that don't like getting called black. They got getting called by their culture and ethnicity. So when you split that in half and it's just actual FBAs like me and you, that number is even smaller.
So they even like dating, like the Caribbeans don't even like dating like our brothers?
It's a few of them, but a lot of us don't fuck with us. They'll date other Caribbeans before they date another nigga like me.
Damn.
They might fuck us, but they won't.
They won't
marry us.
date or marry or
There is some because there's a couple girls I think that are Caribbean that like me, and I'm not. You are considered I talk. I'm a straight African American black FBA. There is a few, but also I'm an exception to the rule because everybody know Marcus. So I'm kind of I'm one of the popular students. Okay. So when you're popular at school, you know how that goes.
It's cool then.
Yeah, so like the cool guy that everybody know and fuck with. This is a little different, but just me observing, and a lot of them. Ooh, I remember this one African in my face. I never forget that I was in the library. Stupid bitch. She's so dark, she make you look like you my complexion, like you a red bone. That's one thing. She looked me dead in my face, bruh. Looked me dead, and she said, "We are nothing like you people."
Wow.
Yes.
And she was from where?
Africa.
Like what
strong.
part? Like which part?
I want to say Nigeria or Ghana.
Damn.
Strong African accent. We ain't nothing like you people.
Damn. Well, they have this thing of...
That's why I'm not a Pan-Africanist. That's the only thing I disagree with Dr. Umar, because I done met too many of these other island black motherfuckers come here and disrespect us to the 5th, 9th degree. Some of them treat us worse than white people, bro. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's why I think, like, when you were saying the first president, he's
John
the first
Hanson?
one. Yeah, Hanson had the first slave. I really think, like, I mean, the Africans, obviously they sold the people too. You know what I'm saying? But, like, to say that we're nothing alike, I mean, on both sides, we've gone through slavery on both sides. They used to give them water before they would ship them off, so they won't remember that they were being sold into slavery. So when somebody say there's something in the water.
Here's another thing people didn't understand when they were selling the captured captures from tribes. Those Africans were not aware how evil and dastardly white people was going to treat those slaves, because they didn't even treat them that bad too. And also, they did not know they were going to try to own them for fucking ever.
The same thing they did to the Native Americans.
Yeah, they didn't know they were going to try to own them for. And the Native Americans, there was another, and I got blood in me. Fuck them too, because they are very anti-black.
Yeah.
I know I know, like I said, because I know it's like a bad thing to say.
Nah, they used to have slaves. Like, do you know?
Oh,
like,
they used to help catch a slave. They used to be slave catchers and shit like that. Oh yeah, I know about all that. I know, like I said, I'm deep into this history, but that's why I'm not a multiculturalist. It's not that I hate anybody. It's just I know nobody likes black people, and black people need to do for themselves. We the real FUBU nation, for us by us. What I mean by FUBU nation, for us African Americans, I don't mean I don't mean just go to the next thing smoking to Africa, or if you in school like me or working a job. I don't mean that. I mean collectively come together, use our real consciousness and subconscious to help each other, and pull our resources together to build back our community to another American Black Wall Street, specifically for us, so we don't have to rely on the American white stock system for survival.
I mean, so all right, that plan,
because some of us, all we know is America.
No, that's a great plan.
Yeah.
But to have that here, no. I'm just gonna be straight up and bluntly honest.
So when they knocked down those I'm gonna say 65 black thriving times that was doing better than the American thriving times, they outnumbered us. Now black people outnumber white people now. Now I know they still control the money, still control the air system, our cars and the food, the stuff we need to survive.
Right.
Cell phones. That is a hard fight if you need that to survive, especially when we so fucking attached to it. Even when I'm in the gym, I'm like this on my fucking phone. I would just tell you about the Twitter war. I mean, the Zulu Nation wars with your people from Louisiana, and they've been fighting all fucking week.
Well, see, the thing I say, not having a Black Wall Street here, it's easy for them to dismantle that. They could call in the National Guard and dismantle that. Having farms, I mean, there's one guy, New Breed Global. I don't know if you know.
Say his name again?
New Breed Global. New Breed Global.
Nah, I ain't never heard of bro. I don't know, bro.
He's doing good. I'm not gonna lie. He went to Liberia. They gave him like 100 acres. He has some farms and
100 acres?
100 acres for us, for Israelites, or he's not really calling himself like Israelite or no, because they didn't like.
We are the first Jew, and that's another thing we get talked about when black people point out we were the first Jews. Other niggas make fun of us, talking about you fake ass niggas. I call us pretendians.
They don't know their history.
Yeah, thank you. They say
all.
Y'all ain't know y'all black. You not know they make. That's another thing I don't like. The divisive between the
divisive
nature and
the
our own
ignorance
fucking
is real.
Yes,
the ignorance
and it
is
builds
real.
in fucking numbers.
It's like they rather learn about whatever else is going on.
Because again, bro, like I said, we too constructed and caught up into this Eurocentric standard of commercialism and capitalism. That's why we crashing out. Like I ain't never seen niggas, bro. You ain't seen the last just couple of years niggas have been crashing out on Facebook Live, killing their family, then killing themselves.
It's mind
Black
control.
people don't do shit like that, bro.
That's what I said. Mind control real, man. I'm gonna send you some stuff like that.
We ain't never done shit like that. In the last couple of years, I've seen hundreds of them.
They could press a button, man. And
you know what my reaction? Like I said, I blame COVID. I said because COVID, we wasn't crashing out like this. COVID happened, niggas started crashing out like that. I know it wasn't, but I was just trying to because black people don't do shit like this.
Yeah,
we don't kill our whole family and kill ourselves. We made fun of white people for doing that shit.
Once you remove yourself physically from America and get established in Africa, watch how easy it is for things.
One thing I probably could say is probably so comfortable to walk in one of those countries and not feel like you're getting judged because of your race or your skin color.
Police.
That's probably is.
You ain't gotta worry about.
That probably will make your lifespan jump up just from the physiological point and the mental thing.
There's no doubt about it. Will. I'm telling you, it will. You can build your Black Wall Street there, like the guy Burkina Faso. What's his name?
Did you ever heard of Cleo Magda? Same gender loving black activist from Oakland, California.
I've heard Cleo Magna.
Cleo Magda, yeah. Same gender loving. I don't fuck with him because he do the gay shit.
Oh, well, then, man.
You hear me say same? He don't consider himself he considers himself The reason why he say that because he said one thing I did like that he did point out though. He said the reason why he say that is because the LGBT community is very anti-black and racist, and a lot of the white people and other racial ethnic groups they'll go through the same thing as a gay black man. That I agree with him on. He's right about that racist shit.
Oh no, that's true.
That's not that I agree with him. But because he's I don't want to sound like I'm saying some shit fucked up. Mind is corrupted by homosexuality. I know it's fucked up to say that in 2025.
No, let me tell you something. Who knows more about us? Those gay guys. They know more about us straight men than anything. They know the gay guys know more about our history than some straight men do. They know because they're in that's considered like the 30 to 31st degree of masonry. Even them being homosexual, that's Freemasonry. That's Egyptian. That's actually the Egyptian degree. That's a curse.
Egyptians wasn't homosexual though.
That's a curse.
And also remember, Egyptians, we weren't called Egyptians. We was called Kemites.
Kemites, yeah.
Yeah, so
Kemet.
that was something the European gave the Egyptians.
Yeah,
But Kemites didn't practice homosexuality though. Oh, you said the sign. I misunderstood what you're saying.
Yeah,
that
no.
31
Yeah,
degree
it's-
sign. Yeah,
they flipped it.
I misunderstood what you said. You didn't say that.
No, they flipped it.
Yeah,
Nowadays, that's
they
what it
twisted it
is.
in something that was not. Okay, I misunderstood. You said it right.
But see,
I
like,
misunderstood. That was mine.
who's gatekeeping? How you said when I get to my next level,
Mm-hmm.
who's gatekeeping us from knowing more than what we know? It's
The white elite, the white fascists. Yeah.
It's the LGBTQ. It's the others people. They're all the reason. You know, they're all behind it, man. To be honest with you,
Gay white men are some of the most stringent anti-black white supremacists walking in America. Gay white men. Some of the most outspoken anti-black motherfuckers I ever met.
Do you know they have this thing called like a wave, where they could program something and then send it to you. All they need is a picture of you, and they could put it in the computer and program and code it and make you feel however they want you to feel. They could torture you. They could torture your body.
What the fuck?
They can make you feel like, I'll send it to you. And there's a whole bunch of corporations involved. And those are the people.
That's some spiritual frequency type
behind it.
shit you was talking about. That's wild.
Yeah, man. It's like
I believe that, but I feel again, the creator of us black, that man put his blood and spirit on me. That shit can affect my mind. I can fight it.
Oh,
easily.
you can fight it. Definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like. I'm not.
That's why we've been making it, because we've been fighting it and
Yeah.
fighting it and fighting it. But see, like once
And
you
also, believe it or
defeat
not, this is also what you didn't hear in the news. There actually is a lot of burgeoning of young millionaires. That's a black African American. That's what's happened in the last couple of years too. That's something you probably didn't even know, did you?
No, that's
You probably not surprised.
Well,
but
no. What I've heard is it was like the millennials. So not necessarily like the blacks, but more like the millennials.
They sue that. That's a blanket statement to let, because that's the age group, the under 30, 40 group,
Right.
and 25 to 40 group. But the high percentage of the racial group that's doing that is black people.
The blacks.
Yeah. So they're saying it as a blanket statement to, like we just said, white supremacy got to constantly tell themselves lies on TV and media to make themselves feel like they're superior to somebody.
And Asian, I heard like some Asians saying all black people gonna be broke by 2032, or he went on a Breakfast Club and said that.
Andrew Yang,
Yeah.
a white supremacist racist that
Yeah.
tried to run for president and couldn't even get the primary votes in this country.
I'm glad
See,
he
motherfuckers like that came.
I was praying.
I laugh at motherfuckers like that because they think they so white until white people show them that you're not white. So fuck them. Vivek Ramaswamy is another one, another anti-black racist that talks shit. You ever heard of the Indian dude, Vivek Ramaswamy, that was running for president?
Oh, that
And then this white
familiar.
woman he was having an interview with, talking about she wouldn't vote for black people, but he was sitting there and she made jokes about it. He started laughing, right? But she said, I wouldn't vote for you either because you're not white. And his whole face changed. That's exactly what the fuck they get. See, if they was black, that's what you call getting your Negro wake up call.
Yeah, they like playing a race card, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They love.
And that's
playing
probably
that
why my
race
problem
card.
in corporate America too, like that race card, because I'm not scared to call racists out at a job.
Oh,
And you're not supposed to do that. But that's my problem with my attitude and mouth. The one thing I love about that pro-black shit and I learned about that shit and cinematic symbolism and learning and reading through that shit is just naturally when I'm met with adverse racism or microaggression, my body and mind naturally action and fight it and defends it quickly and shuts it down. I love that about it. As soon as it comes to me, I'm like, wow, it's like a superpower.
And that's good, man.
What? It's beautiful.
That's
I
really
love
good,
it so
man.
much. That's what helped me really get myself, because I come from an abusive background. My mama was fucked up and evil and nasty towards me. But because of all that it wasn't religion that kind of helped me understand it. It was like the pro-black.
It was religion that did it.
It wasn't religion at all. It was pro-black because I feel like
you grew up Christian.
Oh, well, because I'm a black Southerner. We all got that.
That's why I say it's religion that
Well,
did
you
it.
might be right. You might be right, because I remember when I was 17 years old, I was still in Sarasota, we had just moved, and I swear for Lord, I tell everybody this story. Like, I swear I did this. I was just sitting there. I swear I heard a voice come out of nowhere. It said, "No matter what she do or what she does, that's still your mama, and you love and respect her." I heard a voice tell me that. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't agree with that.
But I heard the spirit.
Simply because, let's say, a white woman molest her little son. Her
Well, I wasn't
little
molested. I
boyfriend.
was physically and mentally abused.
Right,
So I
but
wasn't molested.
it's the
by
same thing.
Yeah, it is. It's abuse.
She go to jail for molesting her son. That's wrong.
That's sick and disgusting.
He don't gotta love her. They only put that in our mindset because that's like a Stockholm syndrome. That's like slave master.
Let me tell you about the
type of
Stockholm
mentality.
syndrome thing, bro. 2022, I was in a law class during the summer. So it actually is going to come up going on 3 years. When I was doing my first degree, it's still sociology. We was talking about the Stockholm syndrome. We was in class. Black girl was talking, white girl Spanish. It was a mix of us, but there. So they broke down and explained the Stockholm syndrome. Did you know that's not a real thing and that was fake and made up? It was a tactic that the people that were captive used to make the captive think that they was in love with them, but they really were tricking them so they wouldn't hurt them. They didn't look at their captor as like a god or something like that. They were telling them what they wanted. They was basically being strategic and smart to get the motherfuckers off them. And then when they said the people that was actually got caught for that, they said they hate how that shit was misused and mistwisted. So Stockholm syndrome is not even a real thing. So they used something fake to create something real. Ain't that crazy?
What?
Yes. It's never
That's
happened.
twisted.
That's what they evil.
twisted.
They evil. What we just said about
Damn.
these free? Did you say evil and free? They evil. Were you surprised at what evil people would do?
Damn. But you know like how the psychology to get in like a mind of an evil person is like
I feel like they don't have it. They monsters. They demons.
It's they led their spirits are possessed and they led.
So let me ask you that again. So I'm glad you're saying that because my auntie talked about that. She's a 60-plus-year-old, old, devoted auntie black. You know how them creatures is.
Oh.
Woo! Them 60-plus-year-old black southern creatures, you cannot tell them the God don't exist. They will slit your throat playing with God. They put a bullet. You know, bro. You from the tribe. I say tribe, but I mean like from my tribe. I ain't got to explain to you.
Cooling water.
I actually like that song, though. I fuck with that song. Them boys out of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Lee Walters on it.
Yeah.
But so she was telling me about we was talking about something and she said a spirit. And I said, I don't agree with that. I said I don't like that and I don't agree with that. This is why I don't agree with that spirit thing. For one, you taking the responsibility off the adult that knew what the fuck they was doing. They didn't care. They knew what they was doing. Nobody told them to do nothing. And I said another thing this. I said, the reason I don't really get into that, it's a real thing, like a spiritism demon takeover. If I go get a gun right now and blow motherfuckers' head off because I'm pissed off about racism and just start shooting anybody that ain't black, no demon got in my body. I made a conscious.
That was a choice.
Yes.
Right.
I wasn't possessed by nothing.
Well, the reason why I say spirit is because there's levels. There's your flesh, your spirit is inside, and
Your soul, your subconscious.
And in order for that
Yeah.
that mind or that thought to get to where you react, it has to go through that. It has to go through your spirit, your soul, and then when it clicks, that's why.
So
That's why it says because we have a godlike and devil-like. So is you see what I'm saying?
do we have that, or that's what Europeans told us we had?
Well, that's what they.
Yeah,
that's
so
what they,
like,
well,
yeah.
well, that's what they say we have.
Yeah, okay,
right.
so
right.
again, because how can we have a civilization for almost a million years before we get into European colonialism interjection when we have none of those problems yet until white people
We
came around?
weren't killing each other.
Yeah, so like,
We
so is that?
weren't raping
I
each
feel
other.
like, yeah, I feel like that's some shit that they said because they're evil.
Right.
Which again, the number 666. Nothing evil about that. Protons, electrons, neutrons. You put them together to create a darkest matter, melon, which create black people, which is the strongest and one of the most powerful elements in the universe and the planets and energy. Nothing about that.
And that's all like the Chinese too. They don't even
Well,
look.
they
look
didn't
at
start
that.
giving Africans their respect because without Africans, they wouldn't even have a fucking civilization. The
I mean,
first Qing dynasty, the first ninjas and
No, they
warriors.
took all of our books. They took all of our shit. Like that's the only reason why they're like ahead.
They like what?
That's the only reason why they're ahead.
Nah, I did see this one Chinese dude a couple weeks ago though. I don't know. Well, I don't know if he was Chinese. I'm gonna say Asian. And I did like he said. He actually admitted if it wasn't for African Americans, we wouldn't even be in America right now. So we owe them a great gratitude. They
Yeah.
helped with immigration. They helped with a lot of things. The civil rights. They did everything.
And it's
and
sad.
I'm like, wow! I finally somebody outside the race actually acknowledges.
But
He
that-
said we owe great gratitude to them because without them, we wouldn't even be allowed to be over here. We wouldn't be allowed to be make money and be millionaires. We did that because of the blood of the blacks and what they did for us.
But like the only thing like I don't like about that over here, they act like that. But like in Africa, Man, they tearing shit up.
Right.
Like,
but I put that back on the leaders that's money hungry instead of when they do right for their people.
all sellouts.
Yeah, so they money hungry.
Yeah.
They money hungry. Them leaders want to be money hungry and shit like that.
You go everywhere in Africa, there's like a Chinese little statue. Oh, this was made by this president.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Wow.
Yeah, man. Like,
but you know they moving people over there to the continent of Africa because Asia leads the world in poverty and world hunger. Starving, yeah.
Yeah, they got that like one child law where like if you have more children, they'll kill the children off or something like that.
But also people in Asia, the females in Asia don't want to have children with the Asian men because they're sick and twisted and demented. And trying to control them. So a lot of women are fighting back with the 4B movement too. That's not what they tell you. A lot of women don't even want to have kids with them because they almost as nasty or as evil, as fucked up, and sick as the white man.
Oh, they really are.
So that's one reason why they're doing that.
And they also make like what's it called, semiconductors with Taiwan. Those semiconductors go into our brains.
Yeah, it's made for the frequency, and it's, if you
like, no, what I mean, like, not just made for frequency, they implant those things.
Oh, what the fuck?
To track us.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Well, they already do that with our phone.
No, but they do that with our bodies. You can turn your phone off, and it can use.
So you didn't believe? So you believe that COVID really was created at a lab in China?
It was created by something. Or some China.
Yeah, it came from something.
The Chinese, man, it seemed like.
Hey, but check this out. I had a Chinese professor at UCF. You actually believe it or not? He said he wasn't mad at Trump. What he said, I believe it. I'm a Chinese. He said we eat anything. We eat bats, dogs, snakes. He said it. He said we eat anything and pass disease. He said he wasn't mad, and he has a strong Chinese accent.
They nasty.
He said that about his own fucking people in a classroom full of mixed race people. He said it. I'm a Chinese man. I believe it. Yeah, I'm Chinese.
They're unapologetic. They're unapologetic about it too.
We discussed it. They shit in the streets. They disgusted. They lead the world in world hunger. And also, what I don't like about them is that I didn't know there was damn near 1 million black natives in China and Japan.
Oh, yeah. When you start learning about that?
I want to say 2018, 19, because it was a wave of years.
That's around the same time I started. I didn't know that either. It's called like what was it? I forgot the name of that channel. When they there's some like.
I don't know if you know about Jason Black or Professor Black Truth. You see on them YouTube channels.
Jason Black,
the Black Authority.
That's him.
Yeah.
Black
Authority,
that's
Jason
him.
Black.
Yep.
He got another channel called Professor Black Truth.
Yep.
Tariq Shah, I be watching Tariq Nashar radio. I was just actually watching that hours ago. Shit.
Yeah.
I love how these white people come in and claim to be so fucking liberal, and then when they get deconstructed with some intellectual shit, they get mad and start calling people, did I call you a nigger? I'm like, there go to racism right there. We knew he was racist. And Tariq said, I knew he was racist. Y'all always come and infiltrate. Y'all agents.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were like treating us bad over there in China and Japan though until recently.
What?
Yeah, man.
Nigga, just look how they treat us here.
But I mean, like, at first they weren't. I mean, obviously they weren't.
You probably went alive to say I was a baby. What? I don't remember. Basically, it is before my time because my mama actually was a teenager herself in the early 90s. Latasha Harlins got her head blown off by a Chinese lady in Korea, in Compton, in 91.
I wasn't born yet.
And you weren't born yet. I know it wasn't. My mama was 17.
I didn't even hear about that.
You didn't know about that?
I know the Korea.
That happened before the Rodney King shit. You heard about Rodney King?
Yeah.
That happened before Rodney King. That's one of the reasons O.J. Simpson got off. Because of those two racist incidents that happened in L.A.
Oh,
I mean, it's not the only reason, but that was one of the other reasons. Because when they rioted for the Rodney King shit, they didn't want a second riot that do hundreds of millions of dollars, damn near billions of dollars of damage to the white business and corporations. That's one of the reasons OJ. That's one of the reasons OJ got off. Some people believe that he really was set up by the racist white LAPD, but based on the information I'm learning and what you telling me about how evil motherfuckers is up there in human trafficking and this freaky weird frequency evil shit, it's not far fetched to think that.
No, I feel like just the internet is really good creation for us.
So I told people this. I feel like the verdict for the O.J. Simpson was, based on my research, was the correct call. They didn't prove he did that. I didn't see any evidence that he did, based on the research I did.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you,
it's before our time, but I didn't really know about it until 2015. When did the People vs. O.J. with Cuba Gooding come out? I love that shit. They did a good job with that show.
Now, see, like the Koreans, man, that Kim Jong Un, man, I would kill it.
Peter Liang that murdered.
I would kill it.
Peter Liang that murdered Akai Gurley in 2015, a racist Asian cop that killed him in front of his fiance while she was sitting in front of the car when he did nothing wrong. And then when the Asian community was protesting to get him out of jail for killing an innocent black man, that should have showed us right there how much hatred and contempt they have.
Like you know what they hack like our corporations or American corporations, the Koreans. Then they come over here.
They do what?
Like they'll hack. Oh,
like so Family Guy made a funny TV show, but that shit is true.
Nah, that's true.
They did a funny episode about them doing shit like that, but they made it in a comedy, like they try to steal information. That shit is actually true.
They'll hack it, come over here, buy up all the land, buy up everything, gentrify everything, all of the neighborhoods. And you
remember the September 11 attacks?
Yeah.
So I want to say 2017, 2018. I was in a lift just like this. One of the dudes was a Middle Eastern dude. Ironically, this dude graduated from UCF in 1999. He was friends with Osama bin Laden and his brother. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. So I asked him about that. I said, so did Osama do it? He said, no, he didn't.
It was CIA.
The dude?
It was the CIA.
And that did it. Yeah, that's what he told me.
And it's still the CIA.
He told me, yeah, he said there was a patsy. He went to school. Actually, he still knows both his brothers. What he told me that I did know is that his brothers own hundreds of millions of dollars on land in Orlando. I said, damn, they do? He said, yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
What?
But, yeah, Osama bin Laden brothers. Yeah, yes. Yeah, bro. What? Yes.
And this good you said that. So that means all, like the Orlando Studios, Disney, all that's CIA. That's MK Ultra. They bring the children over there.
What?
That's all it is, man.
In the Disney world, it's in the word, Disney magic. Think about it. Magic.
Well, yeah.
They tell us in the word.
It's black magic.
Yeah, and then what's the one? They tell us, they kind of show us what they buy. The mayor does seances.
They put it in our face.
Yeah. So like.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, they put it in. So it's called Disney Magic, the man of make believe, which is why they have the highest population of gay employees on the planet. The land of make believe.
Now you brought that
Leave
up.
the make believe.
I know you've noticed. Every store you go to, every business you go to, who's the manager? It's a gay person. That's what I'm
at UCF at a college. Half the student body gay.
What?
Something like that. Wow. It's nothing. It's huge out there.
Wow.
One of my former professors, before I dropped the class this semester, he was a cool dude actually. One of the cool white dudes. He was a speech class. Straight up gay dude. Talked about it in his bio. Married his husband 15 years. That's one professor. One of my other professors from my Intro to Sociology 21 class, she was a cool lady too. She wrote me a letter for getting into grad school sociology. A gay woman.
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe my professor right now, because she go for trans and LGBT, a white woman, and her tattoos, I'm starting to think she might be a little bisexual.
Yeah, I'll let my
but everything in our generation, we have the most gay people in our generation. I feel like we got the most gay.
It's all CIA, man.
Or in our generation, people are just more honest and open about it. Whether people in our mom time was lying about it, being on the DL about it.
Okay, I see what, yeah.
So we got a little more freedom now. But here's the thing about that. I don't really speak on that gay shit because as far as that, like, one, I don't give a fuck about that community like that just in general. Right. I don't care what somebody grown do with their body.
Right.
But, again, it's finna get reversed. What I mean is finna get reversed. So remember how we had a conversation earlier about the white population numbers dropping?
Yeah.
What they didn't intend for that shit to happen is that should affect the white community like that. Yeah. That's why Trump was able to pass that first bill, making it illegal for people under the age of 18 to get a sexual research, SRS, sexual reassignment surgery. That's step one of the process. It's gonna be more. Two, I'm not saying they're gonna make being gay illegal, but it's gonna be to a point in the next couple steps, and you're gonna see this. Well, we'll be able to call people faggots again, and nothing will happen to us. Okay. But they're doing that not because they're Christian. They're doing that because they realize this LGBT shit fucked up white people numbers, and we gotta get our numbers back up. So that's step one of the process.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're letting them go and read to little children in school.
And I'm going to tell you, all that's going to stop. Not because they have a moralistic character of that they shouldn't turn, but hold on, our white numbers are getting affected by this more than black numbers.
Now they see it and backfire. That's pretty
like
much
a motherfucker. Yeah. Now we got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why
they did it to themselves.
that's what the fuck they get.
That's why I just be sitting back, like relax, observing, and just enjoying the show.
Well, how could people not think it was agenda when all they was doing was putting in cartoons, having transgenders read the elementary school story, putting it in movies, TV. Again, people can live how they want to fucking live. But when people say they making gay to drop black numbers, like you never under question why they pushing that so hard though everywhere. We know gay people exist, and mostly in our generation, we don't hate them.
Over there in Africa, man, they kill gay people like it ain't nothing. You can't be gay over there. That's why
In Jamaica.
Oh, I know about Jamaica.
Oh, what?
Jamaica.
Batty boy, get the fuck out of here, boy, Batty boy. We don't like no Batty boy.
I thought that was just
no
like
chi-chi man.
I thought that was a joke.
No, they don't like no chi-chi man.
What?
They
didn't show it on Vice
But
News.
the band burn, the fire it be burning. No, but the burn, chi-chi man burn. That's a song. Oh, the fire it be burning. You heard that song before?
It is.
That's talking about killing faggots. Yes.
What?
Yes, and I like that song. Oh, a boom bye bye with the Batty boy dead.
Oh, I don't know.
That's talking about killing gay people. They got songs that we like, Americans like that. We just don't know what the fuck they saying, jamming. But they talking about killing black gay people.
Damn.
King of the Dancehall, Beanie Man had plenty of songs about killing niggas. Elephant Man, Sean Paul. I'm telling you, they got songs about murdering them niggas.
Yeah, I fucks with Jamaicans though.
Yeah, I don't fuck with them because they too anti-African American, and those are another people we having issues with on Twitter. Like it's like all these other.
But has that been recently?
Yes, very recent.
But has
very
it
recent.
always been like that though?
See, I can only speak of the newer generation now.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing on the internet is they don't like us, and
That's the internet, dude.
but well, hold on. I can say that UCF too. I open my heart to anybody that look like this on campus. What really made me change my mind on that Pan-Africanism and multicultural is what they said to me. All those other ethnic groups didn't want nothing to do with black people. I just told you about the African girl that said she wanted nothing like
Right.
She wasn't the only other island black that said disparaging shit about African Americans or don't want to be fucked up with us.
But did she tell you the reason why she was like that? Like why?
Ironically, no, she didn't say that. She didn't say that, no. But I told another African dude, and he said, "What the fuck?" He said, "That's her. She don't speak for the continent of Africa. She is an entire."
See, that's why I'm asking. Like, whenever you get people like that, ask them why they feel like that or think like that, and if it's something you can correct it. But if not, you can just let it go. Because sometimes they just don't have the knowledge, or maybe they've
Haitians, Jamaicans, Nigerians, Ghanas, Trinis, Tobago. These are all the island people I came across at UCF. Most of them don't fuck with black people.
Wow.
And to say it was very disheartening, it was very disheartening. Because once I see somebody that look black, I open my heart to you. Because I feel like we all dealing with racism. And they be in BSU, Black Student Union, but that's been infiltrated by the Caribbean Mafia. I call it Caribbean Mafia.
It is a mafia. It is a mafia.
Thank you. Yeah. The Caribbean Mafia. So majority of the motherfuckers there ain't me and you. So I feel like a minority amongst minority groups. Now, recently in the good times, I think only reason I get exception because everybody knows me. But I still don't like the attitude or the energy they have towards it. It's like, but guess what they finna try to do now? They didn't want to be black now because they see with all this what they head Klansman. Well, he ain't the only Klansman. It's been more Klansmen than Trump.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Klan Treasury, what he's doing, all these foreigners and immigrants. Now they want to be black again.
Join.
You know what I'm finna say?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be fucked to say. I know these other fuck no.
It's too late.
It's too. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nope, you're not us.
It's
fuck
too late.
y'all. I try to open my heart to them.
Because I
came with love, brother.
I thought it was a jealousy thing. I thought it was because maybe they think we have it good over here. You know, we get, you know.
What I said about an hour ago, everybody in the world imitate me and your culture. When I mean me and your culture, black Southern culture.
Right.
It's the most imitated on the planet when it comes to rap style and music.
I think that's like the underlining what it really is. You know what I'm saying?
And also, our world leaders trumps their world leaders because we don't really know too many world leaders from other island or black other ethnic countries. But American world leaders are known around the planet for a reason.
Well, we don't know them because obviously America doesn't want us to know. You see what I'm saying?
Well, Americans don't want us to, but they didn't want them getting known around the planet either. They didn't want Malcolm X and Martin Luther King being known around the planet. Hell, to a lesser extent, they didn't want the George Floyd murder to go worldwide.
That's like
And you know that shocked me to George Floyd. I never thought I'd see that in our lifetime. That was the first time I ever, and I can say this, that I seen the entire planet hold up a sign of a black man that had been murdered in America. That was wild to me.
Yeah, but all they do is take their phones off when something like that happens.
But to see that around the planet though, bro, New Zealand to China to the entire African continent to Israel to Australia and all that other shit, man. That's the first. That was wild to me because I was so used to the racism, but to see the world say a black man's name, that dude name is equals to Michael Jackson now because in death, obviously.
Yeah, but like, and my thing, it shouldn't have to be that.
It shouldn't.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
shouldn't have to do that.
And like they could have prevented them.
But what I don't
from
like is
choking.
that it's George Floyd name is, but they forgot about Breonna Taylor and Omari Arbery.
Oh, there's so many more.
Yeah, like
Alexis Ware, the
Tatiana Jefferson that was killed in Dallas, Texas, when the police officer shot at the wrong fucking house and killed an innocent woman.
Oh yeah, and
Sandra Bland, who was murdered in prison.
Hey, it go down in Texas. I'm telling you.
Freddie Gray, who had his spine ripped from his motherfucking neck in Baltimore.
Man.
Michael Brown in St. Louis. And with aftermath of the Michael Brown them shit, when a lot of the activists was sitting like this with their bodies on fire. A lot of people didn't tell you that. Yes.
When was this?
After Michael Brown's parents and the activists went to the World Court to get the American government sued for racism against black people, a lot of the activists was ironically turned up dead, sitting like this. They was all sitting down, but it was on fire.
The activists?
Yes. After that, yes.
That man, I don't even want to be an activist no more after hearing that.
No, see, that's what I'm type of thing. I feel like you shouldn't be scared about that.
I ain't scared. You know, like
of course not. You protect.
I'm just playing.
I know you.
Like,
You just talking. We just. What y'all say, Louisa? Joseph.
Yeah,
Joseph. We just Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, we just Joseph. I know you ain't scared because you protected by those super powerful spirits that white people can't touch. So that's a beautiful thing. So you pretty much good.
Look, I one day I didn't when I was joining the Navy. Man, I stayed up for 3 days straight. Listening to music.
Was you drunk?
Listening to music. I was working. Man, I went to. It was like a spiritual.
72 hours with no sleep.
It was a spiritual awakening. Man, I went to Golden Corral. I didn't even go in there and eat. You know, a white man was like, "You gonna let him in?" I went to my friend's house.
What the fuck?
I went to my friend's house.
Back up. The white man said that out loud?
Yeah. And she let me go in. And I went to go eat too. This one I was like, really, it was during.
They get bold with the racism,
It was during Passover.
And I'm pretty sure this is post-pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Post 2020.
I was so my spirit. That's when I woke up, man. I was like, my spirit was so like there. When I went to my friend's house, this white guy was coming. He was coming around the curve. I looked at him. His mouth opened up. I could see a snake, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. When you're on a fast and praying like that, you'll be surprised what you see. You'll be surprised.
You know what's scary and terrifying about that? Because with my mind, I know you telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because I've always seen him like that. That's the terrifying part.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
man.
so fucking terrifying like a motherfucker.
And you know what?
But the movie, and again, movies is a motherfucker because in a movie before me and you was born, a movie called, I think it's called It, not It. It might be It, a movie with the wrestler Roddy Piper.
Oh yeah.
In the movie, and there's certain glasses, and they show how the inside of the white people, and they really like aliens or demons or something.
Yeah, how they really look.
Yeah, that's what made me think of that.
It's true though. We have the powers we have, man, inside of us. You tap into it, you'd be surprised what you see.
I be making jokes to certain people right there because I got such a fast metabolism. Cause I can eat anything I want and don't gain weight. It's just my body is naturally. So I lose weight and get stronger. Even if I go like 5 days at the gym, I come back even stronger than before. Yeah. So I started making jokes saying I must be a superhero. You know, I started really like internalizing that.
You are, man. We are.
Yeah, I mostly mean us, as in black.
Nah, like seriously,
that's what I feel like. I'm like, I must be a superhero because how is this even possible?
Who is it? We're really the ones that started the military, like created the military, and they took it and ran with it.
What I wanted to ask you today, as a spiritual brother, I want to ask you something. Black gay people, do you think they are born like that, or they get possessed by a spirit and turn into that? And it's a reason why. Actually, I'm gonna follow up. I gotta follow up to that.
for my mom and uncle being like that, you know, they're, I don't know if it's an excuse, but they say they're born like that. And my being around them and always fighting them trying to pull me into that,
Wow.
I think it's more of an agenda.
It is. But the agenda now is going to get reversed. But I already told you, not because of moralistic thing, because of the flailing, depleting, declining white numbers. So they got to reverse
but to
that.
be born that way, no.
They really believe it can happen to transgender and gay people. Only ones really believe that shit.
Right.
So this is what I think. 85% of black people that live that lifestyle have been abused and molested, and they gone that way.
100%.
That's what I believe.
My mom was molested by her
See?
her dad. He was a professor and a mason that I'm just figuring out, and she's just finding out. Her uncle's wife, and so many others.
Oh my gosh, she was really a victim.
Yeah.
And that's also high-key scary and terrifying.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the shit you see about in horror movies and thrillers.
Exactly.
That's wow. That happened in real life. That's terrifying.
That's the part that I gotta even when you telling me these things, I'm wrapping around my head of like this reality. This is what's going on. It's not just like on TV. It's not like it really. You know what I'm saying?
Every fiction got its fact.
Yeah. Like
again, you just told me about the Chinese hacking the system and shit.
Yeah.
Family Guy had a whole little TV episode about the little panda bear hacking information. I'm like, wait, that's a real thing?
You know, I know you've seen this. The Simpson programming.
I love the Simpsons.
They're predicting everything that's going on in the political.
They do, but they also make some wrong predictions too.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Everything they've been showing is like, oh, this was happening. Trump's doing this.
Well,
and then
but also people be altering shit to make it fit their narratives too.
Okay.
See, one thing I do the background research, I just go off that. Simpsons have done that,
Yeah.
And what they're saying about the predictions about being right is like it's something similar to it, but it didn't exactly happen like the way the Simpsons. Yeah,
okay.
so that and also Simpsons have been wrong a lot of times too.
Okay.
Because I'm a Simpsons fan.
So there's really not really one show that they use.
And they've been on TV for 40 years. It's only so much that they can do that it ain't gonna happen in the future anyway. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Or it has already,
Once you've been, there's only so much storylines and information and stuff and futuristic things you can think about what's going to happen. Like, it's only so much. So some stuff is bound to happen.
Yeah.
We've been on TV for 40 years.
Yeah.
Like, so people forgetting that too. Not saying it's not, because them dudes that do The Simpsons, they're hundreds millionaires. So they're probably, like you said, in Freemasons or billionaires.
Oh,
they super wealthy, rich.
That's like one of my friends from high school told me, y'all do that make like Hello Kitty or something like that. That was it,
China's Japanese dude?
Hello Kitty, it's one of those little children toys. That nigga the biggest pedophile, man. Like these little toys and these things that they be making.
But it makes sense. Pedophiles do shit that work close to kids or make kids shit. But I think that's what kind of fucked Michael Jackson up in the long run. At first, I thought he did molest them kids, but speaking to his lawyer, I felt bad, and now I found out he's actually innocent and didn't do that.
I don't know.
No, I know. Once his lawyer broke it down and really broke down the facts, and he was getting watched by the FBI for 15 years, there was not one drop of evidence that he was even doing anything inappropriate with kids. They surveyed him, they videotaped him without his consent, without lawfully, and couldn't find nothing, and they proved all that. I'm like, oh damn, I felt bad because I actually thought he was like that.
My thing is, why they got underground tunnels in California? Because when I went over,
Michael Jackson did have like a downstairs room that was a little dark.
Yeah.
That I thought was a little weird. That I'm not gonna lie, they showed it on TV. It's probably hard to find that footage now, but when it came out in 2003, and I saw it myself, and they showed when he got for the second charge for child molestation, and they showed his room. I'm like, even as a little child, my energy like felt this is a creepy place. It was like his underground dungeon of the Neverland Ranch house or something.
On YouTube, you search up unplug, and then EM. They said that nigga not dead. Like he got some facial reconstruction, and he was on CNN.
So my thing about that, I think Tupac is dead. I think Elvis is dead. I think Biggie is dead. I think Jackson is dead. I think Prince is dead. I don't think none of them are alive. And this is why the reason I believe that, because my people ain't celebrities, but my uncle was murdered in 2003, 33 years old. My little sister was just murdered last year in June. You might have seen my sister's story. It actually went worldwide. on the web. And it went national news and World Star Hip Hop. A triple murder. The dude that killed her killed his auntie, his cousin, and which is my sister's girlfriend, and then he got murdered by the police. This actually was a big story.
Where?
In Sarasota, in Bradenton, Florida. If you look at this story made news, World Star Hip Hop, TMZ, Lipstick Alley. Mine was my sister. Her name is Sherelle Carter. And if my family, my mom doing bad. She goes to visit. My sister got killed June 24th or 25th, 2024. My mom been going since the funeral. Been going to the gravesite every week, doing bad. Well, so it's a big loss to us. My people is really gone. They're not coming back, and we are fucked up by it. We are really fucked up by the loss. That hurts us badly. So me thinking that, and some of these people, they're like, no.
And you lost them when?
Uncle Tune, August 23
of last year.
My sister was last year. My uncle was 2 years ago.
And you know this one like bringing back the Freemasonry thing up. Last year and the year before, you know, like that's when they were doing their that was their anniversary. That was the Skull and Bones of Yale University. That was their anniversary. Why you think?
Spring solstice, the spring and summer solstice, when murders happen between April and June.
Do you see how many rappers been dying?
True, but
how many actors been dying? How many? Man, I lost so many people last year. And
we can say that, but let's be real about the hood. Niggas in the hood is just ignorant and fucking stupid, and they ain't got no connection to that stuff. But it's
rituals, man. It's rituals
at that level. But everybody ain't on that level. Don't know shit about that.
Man, you'll be surprised. And he killed him over nothing. Killed your sister over nothing.
Well, he's dead too. But I'm the type to put he got criminated, and that's probably was a smart thing to do. Because if I found his grave, I would have probably set the shit on fire. To be real, but I think this is what the story was. My sister was gay, and that was her girlfriend who he killed. That was his cousin, and then her mom.
They had already separated.
No, they was going. They were still with each other. What I think it was, I think he was. Remember I told you about DL. You ever heard of the term of black people like DL niggas are dangerous because they don't want their secret to get out?
Right.
I think he was on the DL. He did some sick man and DL niggas, and he didn't want that to get out. So by doing that, he eliminated the DL niggas are dangerous. At first, years ago, when my grandma, God rest her soul, who raised me, a lot of people say they hated DL men because they line up. I'm like, why y'all get mad about it? It ain't your business. But now, fast forward to now in recent times, and see how DL men bring back HIV/AIDS to their partners and do shit like that what that nigga did to my sister. I don't like them either because they are fucking dangerous. I don't think that's a Freemason ritual. Them niggas are so self-hating and not comfortable with their sexuality. They'll kill anybody.
Well, I was saying around the time it was happening.
Well, August is the end. Well, that I know what you're talking about. You're talking about it was when the portals open up. Was when they can get the most blessed of building power. The 22. So that's between April and the summer.
Right. And it was like, what was it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
DMX died around that time. Prince Harry died too. Both was 99.
Yeah.
And then Lil Nas X was born April 9th.
In Jermontre, yep. And the numbers was just hitting around Kobe.
Yeah, I told you. I'm
matching up with Kobe.
They say Kobe was murdered, but like Kobe wasn't doing nothing for the black community for him to be a threat.
Oh no.
His money was going to a white woman.
He was just suing the wrong people. That's all that was. He was going. Well, I think he already won. I'm still confused.
Now, this is the thing about R. Kelly. R. Kelly, sick ass, deserved to be in prison, but I don't think he need to be in prison for what he's in prison for now. Let me explain what it means. The girls he was dealing with, although way younger than him, were grown women.
But Aaliyah wasn't grown.
Huh?
Aaliyah wasn't grown. She was 15.
Before our time. That was 30-some years ago. And that's not the only girl he did that to. Matter of fact, let me tell you something about R. Kelly. Why I don't feel like 2014, 15, 16. 15, 16, I'm going to say. Maybe 15, right? I was up late night like this, right?
Yeah.
Strolling the internet, because I couldn't sleep. I don't know why I was up, because I had school the next day. But I guess I had an afternoon class. So, I'm strolling, right? Something came up about R. Kelly. And this is before Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, bro. When I saw all the charges and cities and the shit that R. Kelly did from like 1989 to like 1991, bro, 92, before Aaliyah, and when I tell you that fucking list was so goddamn long and cartoonishly, it had the year, the date, the time, the age of the girl he messed with, and how much money he paid him off. My mouth dropped.
What?
I said, what the fuck? How the hell did he get away with this for so long? Yes, before Aaliyah, he had raped at least 300 little girls.
What?
No, actually more than that, like 500. Bro, when I say it was so long and it was so crazy, 1 month had like 35 different cases. 1 month.
He was on some Epstein shit, man.
His big sister molested him when he was a little boy.
Wow.
So I think, what's the term? Hurt people. So I think that's why he was doing it back to